On fire. Let's go.
Yep. All right. Good evening, everyone. Welcome. Councilmember Ray, would you lead us, please?
Yes. Father, thank you, Father, for blessing us once again to come together to take care of business for the city of Jacksonville residents. Thank you, Heavenly Father. Give us wisdom and knowledge to make the right decisions, Lord. Lord, we thank you, Heavenly Father, for blessing us to celebrate the 250 years of the country we live in. In the name of Jesus, we ask and pray, Lord. Amen. Amen. Join me in the pledge.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you for joining us tonight for Jacksonville City Council meeting. Roll call, please.
Councilmember Deets. Here. Rupel. McCleary. McCoy.
Here.
Ray. LeBron.
Here.
Moss.
Here.
Twitty. Kenman. Here. Mims. Here. Mr. Mayor.
Yes, ma'am.
2 absent, sir.
Okay, we are good. Before you have your minutes from our July 2nd meeting. Please be reviewing those for next time for approval. But at this time, entertain a motion to approve our minutes from the June 4th meeting. We have a motion. Excuse me? Motion in multiple seconds. All in favor of the approval of those minutes, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed by nay? All right. Thank you. Consent agenda, you had that sent to you. I entertain a motion to adopt the consent agenda as presented.
I do have something with the consent agenda on Staple Hill. I just would like to bring Marissa up for just a moment.
Okay, hold on, we don't have a second yet, so
Okay.
you're fine, you're fine with that. So
Okay.
right now, Officer Barger, could you come answer a question, please, for Councilmember LeBron?
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. So last meeting, we had a lady come up and talk about a house that had collapsed on Steeple Hill?
Stanfield. It's
Stanfield.
actually 1216 Military. It did not collapse. The home was condemned. The owner was cited, but then he passed away, Mr. Crook. So he obviously couldn't appear in court. The home ended up in probate, and once it was out of probate, the daughter took ownership of it. And then she had submitted a plan of action to demolish the home on her own with limited funds. So she was demolishing it piece by piece. It took some time, so I sent her a final notice, gave her a deadline. I was on vacation last week. Spoke with her Monday when I came back. She had been in the hospital due to some spider bites. However, the home has been completely demolished now. There's just a little bit of rubble standing. It's basically the foundation is still there.
Okay. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, Councilmember Ray had made a motion for acceptance. Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, second. All in favor of accepting the consent agenda as presented to you, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
And any opposed? All right. Moving into our general business, we have ordinance 1818, establishing the municipal property owners multipurpose improvement district number 6. Entertain a motion to place ordinance 1818 on first reading.
Motion to place its first reading, ordinance 1818.
All right, there is a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, roll call, please.
Councilmember Deets. McCoy.
Aye.
Ray. LeBron.
Aye.
Moss.
Aye.
Whitty. Kinman. Mims.
Aye.
Ordinance number 1818, an ordinance establishing the City of Jacksonville Municipal Property Owners Multipurpose Improvement District Number 6, and for other purposes.
Okay. Discussion time on this, and would invite representatives for the improvement district to come on up. Please state your name and tell us who you are with.
I'm Lisa Farrell, and I am counsel for the Improvement District.
John Kinnan with E-Steps Developers, the developer of the development.
Now, y'all remember, I guess, a month ago, they were here and presenting the plans for the improvement district, and at that point in time, there was agreement to go back and work on it a little bit and tweak a couple of items. So this is now your chance to ask any questions and to be presented with the new and improved ordinance.
After working with the City Council and taking into consideration all the comments that were raised, the ordinance was amended.
Okay. And also on that day, on May 21st, I believe it was discussed, I think Clerk Davitt read from the petition stating the cost of construction, various improvements for recreational purpose, and the cost of maintaining the landscaping and dedicated streets. And she noted that there is no cost to the district of maintaining dedicated streets. You agreed that the dedicated streets can be removed. And it looks like you came back on the 2nd of June and you did not amend. Is this, did
So
we not
the
get that part
the
done?
ordinance so the ordinance is what governs. The petition is the request, but it's the ordinance that has the impact of law. And so the ordinance reflects that removal. One of the things that we discussed is if we have to file a new petition and then it goes through a process again. But the ordinance is what governs. And it states clearly in the ordinance, the district shall dedicate the utilities and streets to the city of Jacksonville. After completion and dedication of the infrastructure, maintenance on the infrastructure will be performed by the city of Jacksonville or the agency or company responsible for the utility. Meaning, because if it's your city has a sewer company or that sort of thing. So the answer is yes, we address that in the ordinance, and the ordinance is what governs. Thank you.
Madam Attorney Freeman, are you?
Yeah, I'm comfortable.
Thank you. Sorry?
We're not online.
We're not online?
No, sir.
And the streaming's not.
The streaming, we tested at 2 o'clock, it was working. It's acting up right now, it is recording. It's recording.
But it is being recorded right now to
Yes,
go,
sir.
okay.
We'll upload it after the meeting.
Okay. The video will be up. No,
All right.
I was streaming. So, I'm sorry, you said you were okay with the verbiage and how it's written. Okay. Okay. Any other questions or comments? Our legal counsel is good with this, she said. If not, all right, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Entertain a motion to approve ordinance 1818 on first reading and suspend the rules in place on second reading. No motion?
Motion dies.
No motion.
Motion dies.
All right. That motion, ordinance 1818 is therefore non-existent right now due to lack of a motion.
It would have to be represented.
Okay. Is there a time frame on which that has to wait, or can that be immediate presentation?
That's up to the council. No one made a motion or a second. There must be some feelings about that. May I approach you?
Yes, ma'am, go right ahead.
So So certainly I am here to take any questions or answer any concerns that folks have. As we have discussed, the state law requires that a city shall form an improvement district if two conditions are met. One, that the lien holder does not object, which we have proof of that, and two, that all the landowners have signed and are supportive. So I understand that this evening there seems to be reluctance to pass it. Arkansas state statute does say that a city shall approve the formation of an improvement district unless there are two conditions that are not met. We've met both of those conditions.
It doesn't say when. Thank you.
All right, so you.
So that we,
Out in the, oh, right here. Sorry. Thank you.
so I certainly would welcome and happily meet with each and every one of you to determine what the continued reluctance is. And then we will work to address that. I'm here for questions now if people would like to express their concerns.
Any questions, comments?
Thank you for
right
your
now?
time.
Okay. Appears to be none, so I guess it'll be handled privately.
All right, great. And I will research what the next steps are under Arkansas law to determine if there is a deadline or if we need to take next additional steps. Hopefully, we can resolve this at the city council level rather than elsewhere.
Threatening my city council.
No.
Hey, no, no speaking from the audience and addressing people, please. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next item is Main Street realignment acquisitions. Mr. Whitlow, Adam, if you want to go ahead and come up for that, please. Sure.
So I requested to be on the agenda just to give you an update, and we sent out letters, formal offers to the residents, 5 residents that we need to acquire right away from on the Main Street Alignment Project. So letters were sent out on June 10th, certified letters. We've now heard a response in some form or fashion from all of those respondents. I told the ones that basically they were the options that were given. I mean, they could accept the offer, counter offer, or do nothing. So we did have one offer accepted as it was presented, and we had 2 counter offers to date. The 2 counter offers, it was track number 1, the Crossroads Free Will Baptist Church. The appraisal value, it's just a little sliver that we had to acquire from them was $200. They came back and countered for $1,200 with some justification letter. The appraisal that was provided they felt was low, and then just the additional administrative time that they had involved. It's such a small amount. I mean, it's not my place. I really don't know what the regulatory process is for approval on the counter offer. I know y'all have made a resolution authorizing the mayor not to negotiate. If that stands, that stands. So I don't know if there just needs to be a consensus on an agreement. If you accept the counter offer, I don't know. I'm looking for the guidance from y'all. The other counter offer on the table is from Miranda Raines. She is the lot on the corner of Western Hills. The appraised value of her tract was $4,000. She proposed back a counter offer of $10,000, just due to the impact on her subdivision lot and so forth.
Ms. Raines, Miranda Raines is here tonight and has requested to speak towards this
Excellent.
this time. Adam, do you mind if we go ahead and recognize her, or do you?
Absolutely. No.
Ms. Raines, you can come on up.
Yeah.
Please state your name, once you get to state your name and your address, please, where you live.
Hi, good evening. Miranda Raines and 3513 West Main Street. Thank you all for this opportunity. I just wanted to come down today just to put a face with a name. Mr. Whitlow has been very cooperative and nice to work with. I've spoken with Ms. Twitty as well. Just kind of wanted to express my concerns with the new street alignment. There is an addition of a bike lane and the sidewalk, which both adds space. That is a very sharp turn, and I understand that progress in a city is important. But Mr. Whitlow described it as residents, and I think that I'm the only actual resident. I think the rest are landowners, property owners. So this affects me daily. So I got out and measured according to the measurements. When I back out of my driveway, I will be backing onto the sidewalk every time I back out of my driveway. So I just wanted to express that while, again, I understand progress is important, and this is very important to the city to have a safe road structure, it's also going to affect me daily. So I just wanted to put a name with a face. Again, I think I put in my letter that I understand that the bike lane will end. It will be merged back into the street. And so when I was speaking with Mr. Whitlow on the phone, is there any opportunity to move that bike path further into the woods? So that would give more space in my area. I just hope at this point in time, I know that these drawings have been rendered and have been drawn up. I fully understand that it takes time and effort to do that part. And initially in '24, when we first started talking about this, there was a proposed roundabout. So I'm extremely grateful that that roundabout, because it would have taken a significant more of my property. And so I do appreciate listening to feedback back then, but again, I just wanted to take this opportunity to express that I am concerned, because that does give me very limited space for having any additional parking. I mean, my driveway is already, barely one car fits in it on the actual concrete driveway. And when you back out, and then you wouldn't have, I would have no additional parking for any guest. No one can come to my house, essentially. They're gonna have to park on the side street. And then that gives me limited access to my own backyard. I won't even really be able to get, I have a gate on the side of my yard that I can get so I can pull my lawnmower in there. And so this realignment will significantly impact my daily life. So I just wanted to express that.
Thank you for sharing. Does anybody have any questions for Ms. Raines?
I have some questions for the council. Mims, can I see that?
I'm not sure how many there, so y'all may have to.
Is everybody aware where she's talking, where she lives at? Everybody knows?
You're going to be the final house on Western
Yeah.
Hills, right
Yes.
before you.
Yeah,
Yes.
going out West Main. I met her, went out
Yes.
there, and I'm very concerned, Adam, as you and I have talked, and not only her, but for the person that's coming around there, every time she backs out, that is gonna be a danger for the oncoming traffic both ways. It's not just one way, it's gonna affect both. I'm not sure, I know we've already got the plans and all that. Is there not any way we can, because there's plenty of room past her house, I think, but now I may be wrong because I'm not a architect.
In the
either.
woods, yes ma'am, there's lots of
Yeah,
space.
but I mean, all that's gonna be cleared out anyway. Is there not any way that we can go back to the drawing and push it further away from her?
I mean, we have done that once
Yeah.
with the it could certainly be looked at in the context of a site modification,
Yeah.
but I don't have to explain the regulatory hurdles it took to get to this point. I mean,
Right.
this started well before me.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not opposed to that, but
I would like to suggest that because it greatly affects her and her family that's coming to visit.
Sure.
But also for those that, because I live on past there, but it is a sharp curve there, and so it definitely needs to be taken out. I know the purpose of all of that stuff. But I do feel like we can push it further away from her to not interrupt her daily life. I mean, she comes and goes, and it's gonna be dangerous for anybody that's on the sidewalk. I mean, who wants to drive over a sidewalk every time you drive out of your driveway?
well, and I'll clarify that. So Ms. Raines and I spoke on the phone, and I was doing some measurement as we talked, and subsequently sent her, a sketch of that. I'm comfortable with the geometry. I'm even comfortable with the picture she sent. So this is not I mean, the sidewalk is not in the road. I mean, we got sidewalk crossings all over.
Yeah.
So the sidewalk crosses behind the curb. So the area of the sidewalk crosses behind the curb, and then you have the 8-foot bike lane, and then you have the white stripe where the traffic pattern is.
Mm-hmm.
So I get the concern, but this is my, I'm in construction. I know the geometry. And I'm more comfortable with it. I'll say that. I'm very comfortable with the safety of the
But you also
geometry.
just said you didn't mind going back at it again.
I don't mind suggesting that, but I'm going to be honest with you, the regulatory and cost to go back that, I mean, it's not my design. This is McClellan Engineering.
Right.
This is Metro Plan funding. This is federal funding. This is the top priority of Metro Plan to try to get funded and bid this year. Like I said, it's because they have money allocated that they've thought was going to be last year, thought was going to be the year before that. So this is set and ready to go. But can we look at it in the context of construction and change orders? At this point, that would be the much easier process to look at that. And if we need to change order out the bike lane and scoot the improvements, that would be my preferred route. But I'm happy to.
I think whatever it's going to help her
Right.
with her daily life.
Right. Right.
Whatever
and
we can
it's
do
hard
to-
to say, I mean, without, physically seeing the improvements where everybody can be out there and physically drive and stuff, it's,
Right.
It's hard to relay plans to a layperson. All I can say at this point is I'm comfortable with the geometry. I think it would be completely safe. The design engineer McClellan, I mean, they have stamped it. It has been reviewed by health department, or not health department, I'm sorry, the Arkansas Highway and Transportation Department. Lots of engineers, lots of technical people, and they all concur. So I just offer that for guidance. If
I'm
that's
kinda
the-
like
if that's
council-
the will of the
council
council. Yeah, I'm here to
Adam,
Anyway.
does any part of her property come into the yellow colored part on this map?
the little yellow dot on the end, that is the property that we need to acquire.
So that is her property.
Right, that's the little yellow piece is what we would be acquiring.
Okay, but the bike lanes would line up with Matthews Avenue, is that correct? Matthews Street, the little curved street that's the private drive?
Now, it would be, so it would come.
It would line up with that.
So that's what's a little bit unique about her property. So she's got an extra street before you get to Main Street. So she's not referring to
Exactly.
backing out to Main Street. So.
Yeah, she won't be backing out straight onto Main Street.
Right.
She's got a private drive.
Right, so she's backing out onto the private drive, and then, but the private drive, the entrance to that private drive where she's at now, it's gonna be pulled back just because the geometry is so tight, it comes together. There's not much of a room to do a radius there. So it's gonna just kind of merge into itself. So what she's referring to is that's instead of merging and having a nice sweet 90-degree turn into it, it's just kind of merging in there.
It's cutting
And-
off the corner of that lot, right?
Correct, yes, ma'am. And the
Right.
measurements I did was to the bike lane, not to the sidewalk. So in my photos, the measurements are for where the bike lane would be, which Mr. Whitlow was saying, there's a road, a bike lane, and a sidewalk. So when I back up, I will be on the sidewalk, according to the measurements. Now, again, not having seen it, but that's how I take it. There's a sidewalk, a bike path, and the road. So yes, I concur, I will not be pulling into the road. I totally do
Right.
agree with that, but
So at this point in time, then, Councilmember Twitty, basically I'm hearing from you and Councilmember Moss, I think you were going to say something a while ago, asking if this can be looked into.
Reviewed.
No promises being made on anything, but still reviewed and looked into again to see if there is any adjustment that can be.
I would
made
ask that,
to
Adam,
save
if you
it.
could just
Sure.
move it as far back as we can to help her, because
Right.
we're taking part of her, I mean, she does have family that parks right, she has a single drive. And
You're
then
right.
she has family that parks when they come to visit, and that's really gonna interrupt, plus getting into her back gate. It's,
No.
So if we
No,
could.
I understand. But I'm not speaking for the design engineers
Yeah.
on this, but, you know, I think I can safely say they've attempted to take all that into account to the best of their ability. But I'm happy to make that request.
And can
to-
you get with her when you meet back out there?
Yes.
Because this house have a 25 or 35 foot setback.
It's been a while since I looked at the plat. I'm not sure.
Is it 25?
Parking being a concern, I was wondering if she was under the old setbacks, because if I recall, the ordinance changing the setbacks, and it looks like several of the other houses are at 35 feet. Just looking
Yeah.
at it.
Just for my own knowledge, what happens if she doesn't sell the property to us?
Then you would have options to either not move forward with the project or eminent domain. Yeah.
Eminent
Now,
domain.
but at this point, she has a counter offer on the table. I'm sure she would prefer to look into the alternative design, but.
Ms. Raines, I will say this, we will make sure that it is relooked at.
Thank you.
And that, like I said, can't promise anything.
Sure.
But we will, Mr. Whitlow will definitely go back and take another peek at this and see if there are any other options
Thank you.
available in this.
I appreciate it. And again, he's been very nice to work with,
Yeah.
very cordial, and so I appreciate his work thus far, but I did want to come in and speak tonight and let you all know my concerns. So thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you.
Adam, now going back, do you have, what else have you got for us, or did that cover all of it?
So I will talk about the respondents that aren't listed, they don't have anything formal before you that, but they have reached out to me. So Medlock Management, Brad Medlock came in and spoke to me yesterday. So he is interested in looking at a land swap with the city. He is having Bond Engineering actually prepare something, an exhibit to consider in that regards. So Medlock Management owns a lot of the property east of North Lake, and that adjoins property that the city owns south of Redmond, that some of the old sewer treatment plant property, the property we have on Quarry, we have several hundred acres back there. We looked at the use of that property as possible mitigation for projects we got going on Wooten not too long ago. And what we found is it has very little value. Preservation of existing floodplain and wetlands provided very little mitigation value credits towards anything going on Wooten. So, I would certainly recommend the city explore that option because it has very little value to us, the portion he's wanting. But we'll bring that back at a different time with an exhibit where you can actually see the property, and Mr. Medlock can discuss the merits with you. Mr. and Miss Ruby, I spoke to them. They had also received the offer. They had an attorney looking in to their offer. So she didn't know if she would have a counteroffer or a statement by tonight, and I've not received anything. So we do expect by the next council meeting they would have something to relay back to us, whether it's an acceptance, a counteroffer, or denial. So, but
Mayor, can I ask a question now?
sure.
Nothing detrimental to purchasing the property, because whatever somebody's property's worth is maybe more to them. But, so we're talking 4,000 was offered, right? But in real estate, she was offered 4,000.
Yes, 4,000 based on the
So what's
appraisal.
10? So is it a money issue? If she gets 10, what's that gonna be do different for her property?
Right. I mean, I think talking,
Just asking the question.
yeah, Ms. Raines, I'd let her answer that, but I mean, it seems like her main concern is actual impact on her property.
So, I mean, if you give her 10,000, that doesn't give her any more property. She's still got the same issue, no parking or anything.
Yeah, I think that's what the issue is. That's the question at hand here, and the wanting to reevaluate and look into it to see if there can be an adjustment made to the property, to where the mines are. Yes, sir. Yeah, that's what we said.
You know, it's like I said, you know, nobody can tell anybody what their property's really worth.
Right.
You know, until you have the appraisal, and that still doesn't mean anything, that's a basic opinion.
Yeah.
Get 3 of them this week, we'll get 3 different appraisals.
Yeah.
And then you have to come, it's a matter of what the seller is willing to accept for their property. In this situation, you can always force them to sell it, in eminent domain, but you try not to do that, but I'm just being honest. You know, nobody has the right to tell anybody what their property's worth.
So, right, Adam, no, you're not asking for anything actionable tonight. This is just information. For
Right,
us
right.
Where we stand right now.
I mean, there is an accepted offer. We can either set these up to close all at one time, or we can move with the Griffins. If you'd like, it's whatever the will of the council, whatever Stephanie would like to do. But they haven't accepted their offer as proposed. The church, I mean, my recommendation on the church would be to accept their counteroffer. It seems reasonable in the context of the offer, since it's such a small thing. So I guess if the council felt to move forward with at least a portion of the acquisition, we could move forward with the accepted offer. Wouldn't be any action needed from the council on that. Like I said, I'm not sure the regulatory framework, you know, if Mayor, if you and I are good to, I don't know how much we can go off the appraisal, so that's why I'm asking for guidance on. If you think we need a vote for that, then my recommendation would be to accept the church's offer.
Adam, how much is it? I mean, what is it, half acre, quarter acre, what is it?
It's a .025 acre. It's 1,085 square feet.
$1,200 would be welfare.
Right.
If you'll think about it, the Sunnyside lots were them same sizes, and we sold them for $1,200.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's a fair price. Anytime, any piece of land you want that.
Yeah, I mean, the appraisal, and just so you understand the process, I mean, our process for the Uniform Relocation Act is we have to get a certified appraisal, and then we have to get a review of that certified appraisal by another appraisal. So, to be quite frank, I've probably spent 5 times the amount of the waiver of the appraisal on that one just to get the established value.
Right,
So
that's what I'm
it's.
saying. So I think we, you know, I guess I would say we accept it and start closing on it.
It-
Might be able to get what you can get, and then we'll deal with the rest.
Yeah, because I mean, if you did authorize the acceptance of that, I could formally send them an acceptance.
They might change their mind, and it might be 3,000 next month.
So,
But that would be my only ask tonight is on that one, if there's consideration on that one, if you're comfortable moving forward with
just
me.
curious, because I don't know the answer. Does this come out of the grant or city fund?
It's a 80/20, so everything to this point is within the budgeted line item on the grant funds for right-of-way acquisition.
80/20.
80% federal, 20% city.
So we're gonna pay, when these are counter offers are coming in, we're going to be responsible for 20% of it?
Correct.
Of each of their counter offers?
Correct. Yeah.
Okay. Keep that in mind. City would be responsible.
We need to make a motion to approve that one, or what do we need?
Would you?
Make a motion to approve selling the one to the church for $1,200 and accept their counter offer.
second.
All right, we have a motion and a second for the acceptance of the Crossroads Greenville Baptist Church offer and counter offer. All in favor of accepting that, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed by nay? Okay.
Very good. Well, I'll get the appropriate acceptance document to them with that revised offer, and then we'll have essentially 2 accepted, and we'll move forward trying to see what we can get worked out with Ms. Raines, and hopefully by the next council, we'll maybe have something on that, and formal responses from the other two property owners to consider.
All right. Thank you, Adam. Moving on, we have a couple of appointments tonight. Jacksonville Housing Authority Board, the reappointment of Greg Bolin for a term to expire 3/17 of 2030. Motion and a second. All in favor of the reappointment of Greg Boland for the Housing Authority Board, let it be known by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed by nay? All right, and then we also have the reappointment of Shaughnessy Person for a term to expire 3/17 of 2031 of the same board, Jacksonville Housing Authority.
So move the appointment.
All right, we have a motion and a second. All in favor of the reappointment of Ms. Person for the term to expire 3/17/31, let it be known by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed by nay? All right. Thank you. That is all of our planned business this evening. Any new business or anything for announcements? If not, I entertain a motion to adjourn. All right, we're done. No, we're good.